this poem and make sure that we have in those things that we've really been working on, getting in the exact author's words to support why you think that is the theme. Okay, so like just what we talked about in our mini lesson. Okay, so let's look at just kind of this first reason that you put. So you believe the theme is don't be
high-headed.
okay, high-headed. So you mean like kind of full of yourself or like overly confident? Okay, yeah. So that's kind of what we talked about. Okay, so some of the reasons, or what I'm really specifically looking for, is what language did you put in there to support that? Okay. So my first reason is it works on his mind, making him think that he is better than he is. So talk to me about that part. And I noticed that you underlined that, so I'm wondering if is that a piece that you took right out of here?
And this one, it works on his mind, making him think he's better than he is.
Okay, so this is your specific language from the text that you put in, and then I can tell that this part must be your thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that because when it said that, I'm thinking it meant he thinks he is the best. He doesn't get to practice or try because he's just that good. So in my head, he's being high-headed. Is that what this is? High-headed. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing is that you took exactly the focus that I sent you guys with after we read through this poem. We talked about some possible themes. When I said, okay, now you're going to go off and do your response, you took exactly what I asked you to do. You put in the specific language from the poem, and then you expanded on that to kind of support your thinking. And this part, this is what me and you have talked about so many times, because one thing that you do that's really great, Peyton, is you always put in your thinking, and I know that, or we've talked about how you have a lot going on, a lot to talk about, a lot to say a lot of times. So sometimes this piece is the piece that you're missing. But that's the part that, as good readers and writers, we have to always have in there, because if you can't back up your thinking with the text evidence, then it really doesn't matter. So I love how you put the evidence first, and then you just went right into, this is my thinking about it, and it goes along with exactly that part. So making him think that he's better than he is, that goes directly back to your theme. So do you see how those two pieces connect to go along with exactly what your purpose was? We wanted to figure out what the theme was, but write a response about how you know that. You had the evidence, and then you talked about how you knew that that made sense. It connected back to your theme. So it's kind of like a full circle. It all went back together, okay? Let's look at that second piece real quick just to make sure. Another piece is when the poem said, publicity makes a person sail in polluted waters. Okay, so you picked out one that I was hoping that you would, that one that's underlined there. It made me think that he thinks he is better than all, so he is like, oh, I play so good, I don't gotta try. So that's when you lead into bad things. Okay, so to me that even ties back, your thinking here ties back to where you're kind of explaining to me what that evidence says, because we've been talking about how in poetry, that figurative language, we kind of have to dig a little bit deeper, don't we? And we don't necessarily know exactly what the author's trying to come right out and say. Yeah, so you kind of explained that in your thinking for me, which is exactly what I would hope you would do. But it ties right back to your theme again, so that the theme of the message, don't get kind of high-headed or full of yourself, like you said. And you explained to me in this part, lead him into bad things. That's what he's talking about here when it says a person might sail into polluted water. So kind of go down that path of bad stuff. So two things that I am noticing. One, you were able to pick out the theme. And two is that you took on exactly what not only the task was from the lesson, but what me and you have been working on, getting it in the exact author's words. And I like how you not only put that in there, but you underlined it, you made it clear for you made it clear for me. You stuck right to the focus, so that's awesome. So that's something we're going to keep working on, because I think that's just going to help you even